Hey, my name is Carolina Rial. I'm a music artist and performer, and I'm super excited to be talking today about some stuff that I have upcoming, including a new single.
I'm sorry that I took it way too far and I fixated on scales and mirrors and broke your little heart. I'm sorry that I hid behind your hair and I made a habit out of thinking you just don't compare. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Immediately after The Voice, I pushed for myself on social media as much as I could. I started to post a lot of my own original music. I think when you're on The Voice, it's a wonderful thing because you get to cover all these amazing songs and you get to make your own version of it. But something I always wanted to be is my own original artist. So I started to post a lot of my own music, and some of which gained a little bit more traction on TikTok and Instagram. And now I think it's cool because when people see me, they immediately think of like music that I made, stuff that was made from scratch, and not just like singing covers or something, which is amazing. But yeah, after the show, I continued to try and perform at as many places as I could. I booked some venues like Madison Square Garden, MetLife Stadium, Carnegie Hall. And just this past February, I actually joined Andrea Bocelli on one of his tour stops. This concert was in the Dominican Republic. I had never been to the Dominican Republic before. We sang a duet together, a very popular Italian song called Vivo per lei. And we were like barely halfway through it, and there was like people in the front singing it, like singing my part and his. And I don't know, it's one of those moments where you just like can't believe it. I think it doesn't hit me until like it's all over, like a week later or something. Yeah, that was wild. I had never been so nervous for something just because I was just talking with my friend Anna. We were saying like nerves really mean that you care. And so I had cared so much for this. And Andrea Bocelli obviously is like a huge legend icon. And I knew I had to do a really good job for that. And the feeling when you like walk on stage and he's literally standing next to you and you're singing with him, it's the craziest thing ever. And I'll never get over like the crowd. I'll never get over it. No matter how many people I'll ever sing to, like that will never get old to me. A huge crowd like that, like cheering for you, I'll never get over it.
But I don't want you to leave. Will you hold my hand? Or won't you stay with me?
Being on the show was like one of the biggest blessings for me, especially being so young, because not only did I get, exposure to these huge crowds, but I also really learned how to become a performer, how to be ready to get on stage, how to learn a song in a week and, work with like big people. And, I was 17 at the time, and I don't know, it just really shaped me. And I feel like a lot of the music that I sung on the show was music that I really loved singing and that I wanted to take into my own art. I'm really into big pop ballads, and I grew up influenced by like Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, the big singers, and I really wanted to take that into modern day pop ballads, which is hard because I feel like we don't, there's never going to be singers like that anymore. But I want to try and do as much as I can in that lane. Like that, like I'm genuinely so grateful for it. I know that there's a lot of people who like want to move on from The Voice, but I never want to like not mention it ever again because I think it was a big part of me for a while at least. I think we live in such a weird time now where it's like we want to make art that we really love and that we really appreciate, but at the same time we kind of want it to like pop off on TikTok or pop off on social media, which is such a like that's the tough part of it all because that's like such a specific lane, and I never want to make music for social media and like for TikTok. So there's definitely that pressure, especially being young. They look at me and they want me to like blow up on TikTok and that be the way that I gain fame. But I really never want like views to get me there. I think I just want my own music to get me there and songs that I you know, that I've lived through experiences and I guess people are able to relate to.
You could change yourself till you're losing it. You could burn it down and start over again. But you're all you have in the end.
I feel like when I was younger, I used to write a lot of songs about experiences that I never went through. I would be in the room with people and kind of just listen to what they would say. But as I've gotten a little bit older, I write a lot about these universal experiences, like Sorry to Little Me, which is that music video that's playing, was really just like an apology to my younger self. I think that especially as girls, as we get older, we forget that we used to like sometimes be mean to ourselves and talk down on ourselves. So that's really the message behind that song. And that video was really special. I worked with Tiffany Guillen on it. She's a phenomenal director. And that was actually one take, that whole music video. There was no cuts. So that was really cool. Our DP was Justin Jones. He's done stuff with like Demi Lovato, and it was just a phenomenal team.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
If I'm feeling a specific way, then I'll want to write about it right away and that be the song. Like, I guess if I'm living the situation, if I'm feeling that way, I feel like if we force ourselves, like if we're feeling sad and we force ourselves to write something that's like super happy and joyful, like it won't be as authentic. So I try to write whatever I'm feeling at the time. Very title driven. I think of a lot of different concepts and then I come up with like a specific title for it. Like Sorry to Little Me, I was thinking of that title. I was also thinking of a lot of different melodies. And then I usually bring in my co-writer, Anna Klein, who's literally right here, and we write everything together. And then we bring it to production, and that's kind of how it unfolds. It's just this one concept that then becomes a melody, write lyrics to it, and then we get production on it.
Waking up before the sun, put a face and makeup on, cover every imperfection, as if she's not enough, just the way she was. Now she can recognize her reflection. I wanna hold that little girl real tight and tell her not to pretend that it's casual. We shouldn't have to try so hard to be all natural.
This new song is called All Natural. All Natural, I was kind of having this thought about how we're born into this world with so much confidence. Like when I was younger, you couldn't tell me anything. I was, you know, I was strong, I was resilient, like, and it's just so interesting that as we get older, our insecurities all start to creep in. And, you know, it's a really sad thing that kind of, in a way, like society teaches us to dislike ourselves as we get older, different parts of ourselves, that as a kid I never even took notice of. So All Natural is really about like not needing to be a specific way. Like you should be, as cliche as it sounds, you should be like totally acceptable and fine to everybody the way that you are. We shouldn't have to try to be all natural is the tagline of it. As of right now, I'm working on promoting this new single, and then I definitely want to eventually create some type of a bigger body of work and maybe an EP, maybe an album one day. Lots of writing, lots of new stuff.
She was born into a world with confidence. It'd be a tragedy if she got stripped of it.
Hi, my name is Carolina, and you've just been buzzed.